Hi, it's Mindy here from Working Bull. Recently at the 10th annual CMC Rocks Festival, I had the exciting chance to interview Eric Paslay. So here it is for you. It's the first time that I've actually been able to record the audio, so I'm really excited for you to be able to hear it. I must apologise because you can actually hear the festival in the background, but I hope you enjoy it. So how did you go last night at the CMC Awards?
The CMC Awards was awesome. I've written with Morgan before, and I've met Lee. I believe at like a CMA or ACM event. Just gotten to shake his hand, so it was just cool to see everybody in the Aussie country scene element, and just getting to celebrate country music from down under was awesome.
Yeah, and I imagine it's so different too from the American. American would probably be like 10 times the size, you know.
It's the same. It's a different size. Just population-wise, it's 10 times bigger.
True.
So,
yeah.
but I could tell that like there's that family, a community of artists and songwriters kind of together, and it was just really cool. It was sweet to see that, and just to see everybody cutting up together and celebrating, and it was just neat. I feel like the size of that award show last night.
Yeah.
I see photos of like Nashville, like in the 70s and 80s, and it seemed like that size, and I was like, I feel like I'm in that community of back then where it was even smaller and just
more intimate
in a great way. And that's not saying that the show was so small.
No.
And it was a huge show last night. It looked amazing.
Yeah, it was the biggest.
But
it was bigger than last
it was just cool to. It's my first time in Australia. I feel like I'm spoiled. I'm getting to be a part of the award show.
Yeah,
and being the first time here, so it's just awesome.
Now, so you and Natalie have been here for
Almost a week, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Because
you've been in Sydney most of that time?
No, we were there 3 days.
Yeah.
So we were kind of over at the Rocks, so the bridge and all that. So I got to see a lot of old Sydney and eat at the little cafes and walked across the bridge, saw the Opera House, which is beautiful. It's amazing. Wild story about how it got built, and just I'm sure the frustration and the heartbreak, and now it's one of the most monumental buildings in the world.
That's right.
And it's definitely on my I like at the top of the bucket list. Please, I want to play there someday somehow.
Yeah, I saw that on your social media, and I was like, definitely put it on there. Yeah, we'd love to have you back.
So hopefully we'll make a whole bunch of more country fans here in Australia and get to play there one day.
Yeah, because you haven't played yet. You're about to play.
I haven't played yet. I'm about to play.
Have you been given any like tips or warnings or anything about the Australian crowd?
No, just have fun. That's all I know. Have fun and don't forget the words.
Yeah, they're pretty rowdy. Even if you forget, I think they'll be fine with that.
Yeah, you forgot a word.
Now, so you got your current single, Angels in This Town?
Yeah, Angels in This Town was my last single. Just working on new music now, just don't know what's coming out next, but I've got a bunch of good songs, so I'm about to go catch them again in the studio. Yeah,
because you were originally a songwriter, weren't you, and then became a singer-songwriter?
I've always been a singer, always been a writer, but I got known as a writer first, and which is awesome, and because I get to sing all those songs now too, I just typically in Nashville, it's kind of, if you can write songs, that's kind of the first step, and then hopefully you get a record deal if you want to sing, and that was my goal. It was write songs, learn what I want to sing. I was like 20 years old, 21, 22, 23, and then there's a certain point where if you write enough songs, you realize this is my wheelhouse, this is what I do well, and this is what I love doing. What types of songs, and
And how did the country music genre fall into that? When you start being a songwriter?
Yeah, I always when I was growing up in Texas, I was in a band, just great musicians. We were like a jam band. It was almost like Dave Matthews thing, but my lyrics are always very country. It was that storytelling and paint a picture with some words, and I love very ethereal, out there, not specific but cool ways of saying something. But I always love, I love those artists and I love that music, but I also love tying that into a story as well. And that's why I fit in country music. And just the music I grew up around. I think just the dance halls
would you say like your kind of styles, or like your role models in songwriting and singing? Who would they be?
I mean, across the board. I mean, I'm all over the board as far as what I love listening to, and I mean, my voice sounds like country, and my songwriting is country, and just kind of the dirt that I came from is country, and but I mean, like U2, I love their message, I love their songs, I love the sound, that a whole arena comes together because it's made for that. And that's what I love about country music. It's reaching so many people now.
It is.
That it's arenas full of people, and that too. I mean, honestly, it's not because I'm in Australia. Keith Urban, it was like, it's just so wild when his music blew up in the States. It was like, this freaking is amazing music, and he's from Australia. That's even cooler. And Tim McGraw, he's picked such great songs, and I'm influenced by all great songs, and especially if they're sung well.
Is there somebody that you want to like collaborate with, or someone on your list of, you've got a bucket list of the Sydney Opera? Is there somebody out there of the equivalent?
I mean, the wild thing, like in Nashville, it's such a small community, but like Keith, he and I've gotten to work together a little bit. It'd be great to write a song with him one of these days, but I've always said Dolly Parton, because she's like infamous. It's like she's always around, but never quite in arm's length, and just such a great songwriter, and to be a woman in country music, especially in the time period that she came through. It's like, that's a strong person that makes music because they can't help it and they love it. And the songs that she's written are just mind-blowing.
And wouldn't it be kind of cool just for her to be like, for her to call you darling? She just calls everybody, hey darling. I'd be like, oh
funny picture. I'm like 5'16", she's like 4'2" or something. But no, I've always kind of over the years more and more have a respect for her and what she's done, and just what she's gone through, and that's just pretty amazing. But I mean, Willie Nelson, is just one of the best songwriters ever. But there's honestly, it doesn't matter fame or anything. If someone's a great writer and loves making music for the right reasons, they're on my bucket list.
So the ACMs are next week. That's exciting.
Just getting ready. CMCs are setting me up to go into the ACMs and celebrate music.
Because how many people are in the crowds?
It's a lot. It's I don't know, probably 20,000 probably is, maybe 15, 20,000 is the arena in Vegas. It's not huge. It's a big arena, but it's just huge production.
Do you get nervous going into something like that?
I've never played one, so not as nervous. I've been nominated for songs, but that's always nervous, because it's like, you're probably not going to win, but you could. That like people wouldn't mind if you did. And just to be nominated. But it is, the years I've been nominated, I've learned not to be stressed out as much, because it's like, enjoy the show, as opposed to like, what if they call my name? What am I going to say?
What am I gonna do?
But it's just, that's anything in life. The more games the more football games, or the more soccer, rugby games, whatever you play, the more comfortable you are with it. And that's playing music. That's whatever it is in life.
It's interviewing as well.
Absolutely. And just being normal, being
human,
being you. I think being you. None of us. I don't think normal exists in a good way. Thank God.
That's true. Okay, so I have one more question for you. Working Bull is named, I don't know whether you know much about farming technology, or working terminology. So Working Bull is the bull that they have that is of good breeding line, and they basically send them out to the ladies to service, whatever. So if you had a working bull, what would you call him?
If I had a working bull, what would I call him? I'd call him, that's a good question. Wow.
Immediately, what comes to your mind?
I'd call him the Big Stud.
The Big Stud.
I mean, that's what it is.
That's exactly what he is.
That's exactly what it is.
Excellent, Eric. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You just have to call him the BS.
The BS.
Yeah.
I like that
BS,
too.
Big Stud.
Big Stud. I love it.